Anyway, this will be me versus Rayne on the topic of Jogo versus Geto. Uh, this is adult Jogo. This is no nerfs. This is a what the fuck am I talking about? Adult Ghetto versus I think you're choosing Shibuya Jogo, right?
Alright, so who go on affirmative?
Also, shout out to Ren. He my homeboy like that. Shout out to Erno. He a bitch like that. Anyway, you can begin.
Alright, so start.
I said you can begin, as in you, bro.
So you wanna... Oh, so I beginning. Alright. I think get a hard counters, what I'm saying. I think Jogo hard counters Geto with his superior array and domain.
You said superior AOE and domain, right?
Right.
Ah, ha ha ha. Ah, so you're good. Okay. Anyways, I don't really. I think you're sort of being too vague here with superior AOE, since you really didn't mention anything of their stats necessarily. So it can logically be the case that Geto just outright fucking blitzes and knocks his head off completely, due to scaling to Gojo and more reliable narrators stating that he has superiority to Gojo. As well as that, I don't think Jogo really gets any real narrative of superiority above fucking hell. I don't think Ink Jogo is narratively above Toji even, who I think is above Geto. Who I think is below Geto, actually. Sorry, I missaid something. So even then, yeah. Like, also, I can bring this in to say that Toji is superior to Toji is superior to Jogo, and why Geto would be outright superior. If you want more elaboration on that, so okay, yeah, you go.
But I don't think Geto can actually blitz Jogo, since even Kenjaku would have a hard time with Jogo. It's kid doesn't check out if Sumavona with better kids, just gonna have harder time. And then even the weaker character can just blitz him in one shot.
Huh. Anyways, okay. Are you done there, or do you still have more to say?
No, you can continue.
Okay, so I don't necessarily see why the Kenjaku wouldn't perform skill to get off, bro. Like, what? Yeah, so I'm just saying stuff that doesn't apply to one another, right? Just because Kenjaku is in the body of Geto doesn't directly mean they get the same reinforcement for them to scale generally similar to one another, or even that they have the same one-to-one kit for a struggle for Kenjaku to be the same as a struggle for Geto, if that would even go there at the same time. Also, you just straight up mistried completely. You didn't address my point of Toji's superiority to Jogo or to Geto. So, like, unless you want to be like fucking, unless you want to tell me that you outright granted that by your non-responsiveness, please humor me and address that point first off, and then address the other point of stats, right?
But
So, entertaining.
but here you established any connection between Geto and Toji. I don't think that Geto is superior to Toji anyway.
Okay. And something else? Or is that your point?
I think that your establishment between Toji and Geto wasn't correct. Toji could better speed scaling and overall better narrative via scaling to Maki.
Yeah, W intellect. Anyways, I'll get this again for Jogo being necessarily below Toji and Geto being above. Give me a few moments. I'm sure you're familiar with the scan of Dagon relativity to Hanmi and Jogo, right?
Alright, you can show it.
Uh, 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 uh. Anyways, I'll put it. No, I shouldn't put it in general. That'll clog it up. Anyways, I'll show it in scans. Um,
Where and wait, second, could
hold
say can see them. Oh,
on.
yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, I see them.
Okay, you see it. So necessarily within the scan, right? It says that the trio, including Maki, wouldn't have been able to handle it alone. So Toji's intervention was planned in advance. The three of them couldn't handle the task, so I had to bring Toji in. Within that necessary context of grouping Dagon, Hanami, and Jogo together, as they said, the three of them cannot take on, whereas as Toji would have been able to handle them. That necessarily does imply that Toji would have also been able to handle a character of Jogo's caliber, which is Dagon. Thus it would prove that Toji is above Dagon, at least in his prime, right? Um, as well as that, I would necessarily believe that Geto is above Toji via scaling above Awakened Gojo. Let me get the scan. Get
Before you found it, I can
Hold
respond
on.
to this scan. All
No, no,
right,
no, no,
I
no,
wait.
no, 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 no. You don't
I'm,
get to do
I'm
that because that's not your turn. You fucking okay.
you found it.
Yeah, I found it. Necessarily within the scan, Gojo does outright state at that point in time he was left behind that day by Geto in terms of being a monster and the actions they do in congruence to being a monster. Being a monster is necessarily correlated to power due to Momo's statement about Maki becoming a monster post the Zenin battle. And within that context, it's more likely referential to outright strength gaining via the fact that we see Maki slaying curses in a tunnel, which would indicate power, right? Rather than outright evilness or malevolence, for it to be referential to any sort of evil, right? So within that context, I don't really see how else this scan would be referring to anything other than since scan would be anything other referring than power. Thus, that Jogo below Toji, Awakened Gojo above Toji. Since we see the fight, if you want to elaborate on that, we can go on later on the point. But so far, I'm just continuing it. Thus, that since this new special grade Geto had beaten the strict, if you fucking damn him in the beat, I will kill you. Oh yeah, thank you, Strict. Anyway, such that new special grade Geto is above Awakened Gojo. I'm actually an Awakened Gojo who trained more. So the point is kind of being hard held in our faces that new special grade Geto outscales Toji.
So you finish it, or can I talk already, or you still wanna add something?
Yeah, it's your turn now. You can add whatever you want, man.
So first I wanna address scan with Toji. We scan where started the Dagon relative to Jogo. I think that reference to their grade than their power. Goju Jogo was already started to be above Dagon via Nanami and showed better speed. And then I wanna ask something about other scans that you sent about Geto.
Wait, excuse me. I'm sorry. Your accent is a bit wonky here. Not to offend you or anything. Could you repeat that point?
I'm saying that the statement about Jogo it's referring to the rank between Dagon and Jogo. Cute Spitfires Jogo simply outskills Dagon.
Okay. I got that. I got that. Now your next point.
Next point, I wanna ask you about that scan with Geto. So you are agreeing that this puts Geto above Gojo, right?
Above Awakened Gojo, yes. A newly Awakened Gojo, that is.
But I don't think it makes sense since Gojo was already started above Geto at this point. And wait, that was Rusty Toji anyway, so that's kinda circular scanning.
Wait. I'm sorry. Again, I didn't hear you that well. Could you reiterate the point? I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to be annoying here.
I don't think that it makes sense that Geto was above Gojoku since he was already started to be above Geto by narrator.
Oh, okay. So those are your two counterpoints.
And then I added about Toji that he was already at this point rusty, so that doesn't scale him anywhere.
It was already rusty at this point, so it doesn't scale him anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all your point then, right?
Right.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Anyways, I think your point is kind of fucking arbitrary here for a second. So, considering what you said about Gege's response here, Gege is the author. He wouldn't really necessarily be speaking in anything other than general layman's terms in an interview when clarifying something. He's not. I don't think he's really referring to just special grade rank here, since he's implying someone of a similar caliber rather than rank. It's like I think you're talking about the special grade rank in and of itself, which I don't really understand why Gege would be using that context. Rather, in an interview that's supposed to be clarifying stuff about the other groups in reference to the disaster curses or Nabito or Maki's group, right? I don't really see why it would be indexed to anything other than the layman's terms definition of relativity or someone of an equal caliber, which is, you know, similar abilities and overall holistic capacities. So it's just sort of nonsensical point you're making here. And alongside your Toji point, because that's definitely an easy point I want to address first, it's not that long. He already stated that he was regaining his skills back against he was regaining his skills after killing Gojo, and there's no other statements really saying that he was still rusty afterwards. So it'd be of a more of a simple point, more of a simple point to infer that he was at that point ready to go and just completely fully good rather than being rusty anymore at that rate, unless you have anything else to show otherwise. So he was just like fully healthy and fully good when he was going against Awakened Gojo. And as well as that, your point about young special good Geto, it's a bit mentally brain dead. I think because of this fucking mainly because Gojo outright, who has better fucking vision due to the six side, better evaluation of other people's abilities than Geto, outright says that day I was left behind in terms of being a monster. As well as that, to like, that's the first one I was Geto outright saying that Gojo had become the strongest. That's before Geto had a large scale mental change in his aptitude. And we know from just Todo in general, changes in attitude, changes in emotion can very drastically change the powers and strengths of a character, as we know from Goodwill Event, their mind, their emotions, so on and so forth. So I don't think that would really index to Geto, that statement, because it was before he burned the town to the ground. So Gojo, with a better evaluation sense due to the six eyes, outright says that a new special grade Geto, after an emotional awakening, an emotional aptitude change in himself and his ideology, is stronger than him, and he was left behind that day as someone who is as a person who was already developing domain and teleportation skills better than the awakened Gojo that faced Toji. So the point is just being held in place more than whatever nonsense you're fucking saying. Anyway, it's your turn.
Right, but I don't think it holds enough explanatory power that Dagon and Jogo relative. Could first off, there was statement about Jogo being above Hanami and Dagon in regards infinite with Kinjaku. And secondly, simply Jogo could blitz Maki while Dagon couldn't. So, and
Excuse me, hold on.
that
My
kid.
mother is calling me. Could you give me a moment? You entertain the people right now. My mother is calling me.
Alright. Take your time.
Okay, I'm back. You can continue your point.
So you wanna me repeat or?
No. You can just continue.
All right. So I'm gonna move to second point about Toji and Gojo and Geto.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think really that the monster narrative implies trench coats. Monster can be called anyone. I think it more reference to Geto's malicious nature. I don't know. I already addressed it, right? Yeah. I guess I concede codes. I don't think I can proceed.
Wait, you concede?
No, I don't think I wanna concede.
Okay. Anyways, is your point done yet?
Yeah, we ended this.
Okay, your point ended. Anyways, um, oh, you were speaking about the general physical capabilities of the disaster curses in your example of Dagon and Jogo not being directly relative. I think that's a bit nerded, actually, because Gege is speaking within the general layman's terms of their strength, right? He's not speaking within their physical capacities only or in their only curse techniques only. He's speaking within them generally as a rank, as something Toji, yet the three grade ones could not be. So in that sense, I don't really see why I would like remotely grade that. That's sort of a fucking arbitrary and nonsensical point in this debate that you just kind of threw out there like willy nilly, right? And so I don't really get that. And as well as that, yeah, you only made 2 points, yeah. I don't really get what you mean by fucking. Oh, I think the monster narrative is only about Ghetto's like fucking mental state or whatever the fuck you meant. Like, I don't know how to tell you this, right? But monster is used many fucking times, like many times, like in the like. Do you want me to get scans? I'll get scans either way. Maki became a monster. Like Maki being a monster after the Sinin massacre, right? It's shown as she was fucking killing curses. Killing curses is an innate fucking like malevolent quality. She's not fucking evil, right? This is it's generally indexed to strength because she's shown killing them instantly. A monster is referential to strength, as well as that. Meimei as well refers to Kenjaku, Gojo, and Sukuna as pure monsters who can just avoid her birth strike. Let me see. Jaku, Gojo, Sukuna are monsters. Let me get it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, she refers to them as doesn't face complete monsters. So more often than not here in your holy Mumbai. Anyways, um, in the examples given here, it's more often not referred to as power, right? Like, so in that sort of way, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, in that way, Ghetto surpassing Gojo in the capacity of being a monster, Gojo really surpassing Awakened Gojo, and also you didn't counter my Kenjaku point. You just kind of lost it behind. I don't know if that's a mischeck or you conceding that point. And you also just didn't address the Toji Rusty point. So, oh, and also, if this scan, do you want me to address it or will you address it in your point?
Repeat your last phrase.
I didn't hear you. Or what?
I'm saying you repeat your last phrase, what you asked me.
No, I'm talking about your scan. Wait, I didn't repeat it. I like. Oh, wait, what? Hold on, my memory's working here. Did I repeat it? No, I didn't repeat it. Like I indexed it once again to the thing. You never raised the probability of your interpretation of it only being about the mental state of the people there, right? You really only just said, oh well, I think it's about the mental state. You never raised the probability, so it's sort of a fucking really arbitrary point that you're
But,
setting out there.
but I think I did it with General Skull that Gojo had over Geto, no? Before.
Oh, really? No.
No?
Like, please educate me. What was your point again? What is this like disgusting? What is this? What are you saying? Please,
I'm
because
saying that. Alright.
no, you continue. You do your point. I'll respond. It's no problem.
Alright. I think I already said it before because I said that Gojo generally or Scarlet's Geto via different Scarlets like bleeding faster characters and Geto Scarlets to Yuta like. And that monster settlement refers to mental state. I think I did it before. Maybe I've been remembering something. Don't know.
Okay, and after your next point.
Next point about disaster courses or about what you're asking?
No, I'm asking you to go on to your next point. Or are you done?
About Toji, Gojo, and Geto, right?
I guess. I mean, you already talked about Ghetto there, but like, if you want to continue talking about it, it's fine by me, man.
Actually, we took a lot of time already, so maybe we conclude or
Sure. If you want to go to concluding statements, yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, do you want to go first in the concluding statements or me?
you can go first.
Anyway, I think I win. I won like really fucking easily because you just made sort of arbitrary points that didn't really index to the actual statements in and of themselves. Nor did you really like heavily grant any probability raisers for your interpretation of like monster being referential to only mental state rather than pure strength in that sense. And you also like left behind a lot of points. Unsure if that was you mistracking or just conceding the points. I don't want to be mean, like a strict
Uh,
who says.
yeah, I think I probably mistruck it too. So
Yeah, I don't want to be mean like striction and say you instantly conceded the point because you didn't address it. Right. Anyway, I think I won low. This. Your turn.
well,
Your turn.
I got nothing to say.
You got. I think your stamina's holding up better. I think your stamina's getting better at the very least. Now better than before, and at least I mean you're giving it your oh shit my fucking doorbell.